Groceries and Budgeting. How's everyone doing today? I was gonna say how are you doing today, and then how's everyone doing today, and that's why it kind of came out super funny. My hair is kind of crazy today. Trying to bobby pin down the crazy, you know, those ones that stick out like this. My goodness. Anyways, I can't take too long because my husband is working today. I try really hard to make videos when he's home because then he can like have the kids out or something, but you know what? It just doesn't always work out that way. And oh my God. Oh, ah! That's one way to wake up. Okay, so speaking of that's one way to wake up, we live directly beside my daughter's school, like right beside it. I can see the building, and our bedroom is directly also beside the parking lot. So like, anyways, if you hear people talking or laughing or being loud, it's because my window's open because it's getting warm out already. So anyhow, you might hear the bell sometimes if I'm in my room because I'm trying to hide from my kids. So anyways, we'll see if they stay up there for a while so I can get this done. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you and tell you how I meal plan, specifically keeping in mind that we are trying to lower our bill, save money on food and groceries and household items so that money can be redistributed to other areas. Man, words are hard. Words are hard. Okay, so let's dive right into it. So I'm sure you've seen some of these tips before. Some of them, hopefully not all of them. Hopefully I've got something new for you. And, okay. No, don't get distracted. Let's not get distracted. Okay. Oh, allergies. Not the Rona. I swear. Just throwing that out there before we start. Okay, so thing number one. Only plan for 1 week at a time. And when you do this, when you plan for 1 week at a time, the thing with meal planning is you don't want to overwhelm yourself. If you make it too complicated or you go 2 weeks at a time, guaranteed in that 2 week period of time, you're going to change your mind. You're not going to feel like the things that you maybe wrote down initially when you started the meal plan. So keep it simple, and then you'll be more likely to follow through and stick with it. So plan about 3 to 4 meals. Try to get leftovers out of them is the point. So then it doesn't seem so daunting when you think, okay, I'm only going to make 3-4 meals, or come up with only 3-4 meal ideas, also with the intention that you're going to get leftovers out of them. Most likely, if you eat out at least once a week, you've got one night a week where you're going to do that, or a frozen dinner, whether it's frozen pizza, frozen meatballs, just something quick and easy that doesn't need a lot of thought because you're tired, because it happens. And then you have those days where you felt good. That's where you cook your meals, and hopefully you can get through the week and then reset the clock every week, right? So it's just easiest to stick to. I think there are some circumstances maybe you can't do that because, say, if you live far out of town, you live quite a ways from your local store, then okay, you might obviously, one, you're not going to eat out as much, and so there's that. Or I think if there was another reason, I forgot it. So we'll just move along. Okay, the next step, of course, is to take inventory of what's in your home first. Don't do it the other way around. Don't just write down what you feel like having, because what you, like, I mean, okay. I think I'm rushing. I'm panicking because I know my kids could come knock on my door any moment. Also, you're going to have to bear with me with how new I am at this, and that's just okay, right? Everyone needs to be a beginner at some point, and that's cool. That's just where we're at right now. So, okay. So, say if you were to just sit down and say, I totally feel like turkey dinner tonight, or I totally feel like making pulled pork. I'm going to go put some pulled pork in the crock pot. But if you don't have pork in your household, then that's obviously money that you now need to go spend to go buy it. Also, keep in mind, if the food that's in your house currently already, it's there for a reason, right? Obviously it's there because you like it. Those are things you like eating, so go ahead and use them first. Go buy the pulled pork maybe next week if it fits into your budget. But use what you have on hand first, right? So basically you buy a bunch of food, and then if you're not eating it and then you're buying more food, that's obviously why you're spending so much. Also, I will link below another video I did on reasons why you are probably overspending in the first place. Pick apart the reasons why you're overspending in the first place, and then meal plan. You save a load of money, like thousands of dollars a year. So go through your fridge, your freezer, your pantry, your cupboards, and use what you have on hand first before you go to the store. And then all you need to do is maybe come up with just a few items to complete the meal plan that you came up with for the week. The next thing that I like to talk about or mention is don't buy just because you are low or even out of something. Only add things to the list if it's because you need it to complete the meal plan that you made for that week, right? So this is a huge thing that saves money. So I've done this before, right? Totally. Where I'm low on rice, so I add it to the list. I am low on peanut butter, so I add it to the list. I am low on, you get the picture, right? I only have 5 razors left in the bathroom for myself, so I add them to the list. Okay. The point is, 5 razors. Now, okay, we won't talk too much about that one. TMI. Okay, the rice. Do I need rice that week for my meal plan? If one disposable razor lasts me a few uses and I have 5 of them, do I need to buy them that particular week? Probably not, right? Peanut butter. I really only use peanut butter for if I make my kids peanut butter jam sandwiches. Do I have enough to make a few sandwiches that week for them? If I do, I won't buy it that week. I will save it to the next week. Same with rice. I think I already mentioned rice, so I'm just repeating myself. Okay, so I hope you get the picture that is a huge reason that's going to drive your bill right through the roof, is just simply adding things to the list because you're low on them, or maybe you're out, but if you just don't need it for that particular week, basically you're going to be asking yourself a lot repeatedly through this process, especially at the beginning, and it will be hard if you're new at this. It will be hard to stand there and go, do I really need this or can it wait? Even butter and margarine, if you use it for cooking and baking and you need it, okay, add it to your list. If you don't need it, don't add it to the list until you actually need it. Can it wait till next Friday, next Thursday, whenever you want to do your shopping? Okay, promise, huge money saver. Okay, so when I go to write out I took my bobby pin out. Oh, it's okay. It just means the little horns are going to come out at some point. They're going to wave hello to you eventually. Okay, so when I go to write down my list too, when it comes to taking inventory, you're going to include household items. So keep in mind when you're writing down your list, do this first. Write down the household items first. I probably should have put this first then on the list. Okay, just rewind, put this at the beginning. Yeah, okay. The reason why is because, okay, so when it comes to things like laundry room items, bathroom items, kitchen items, like go under your kitchen sink or wherever you keep your garbage bags, cleaning supplies, toilet paper, paper towel, like anything household item wise, like including the razors and things like that, write it down first. Same thing. Ask yourself, do I really need it or can it just wait till next week's list or the week after, right? The reason why is because if you're giving yourself, say, like $100 a week American, or you're giving yourself $140-ish a week Canadian, like, because Canadian dollar, our dollar is worth more. And that was something I started learning figuring out when I started this process was, all the information that I was reading online was all from the US, right? Great advice. And I'll admit, I was like, I don't know if any of this advice is going to work unless I try it for myself, right? So don't even necessarily take my word for it, right? Give it a try for a couple of weeks or so, right? And see how it goes for you. I mean, once I did prove it to myself and I knew this worked, done. It's just how I do things now, right? Because, hello, who doesn't want to save thousands of dollars a year? I mean, I'm trying to pay off debt, trying to buy a house, all that good stuff, right? That's the point of this channel, right? Must share my knowledge. Okay, so that's what I do. I write those down first. So I go around if I need laundry soap, if I need whatever. Okay. Then I know what I'm left with for food. So say if I needed to spend so much on household items, then I've got this much left for food. Whereas if you do it the other way around, you're going to go, I can easily spend $140 on just food for the whole week. Okay. Then you're like, oh, crumb. I forgot that I need laundry soap or garbage bags, right? Okay. The other question is, again, right, you should watch my other video on why you're spending so much in the first place, because there's things I talk about, of course, that are connected, but we're trying not to make hour-long videos. Okay. If you can do this, totally. Go, oh, my hair is just, I shed a lot. Ugh, mommy problems. Okay. Try to shop around the sales if you can. Now, I only spend, actually there was, I think last week I did actually only spend $77 Canadian. And I fed my family for the week. Also, I don't have a deep freeze of any kind. I don't have a chest freezer. I don't have a stand-up freezer. I only have the little freezer on my fridge. And I don't have a big pantry. We just live in a fourplex. So keep that in mind. I don't actually have a major stockpile of food hanging around to dip into. And I only did spend $77 last week, right? Then the week after, it was like $95, right? So, like I said, play around with it. You'll figure what you're comfortable with. If you're new and just starting, yeah, 140 Canadian is plenty. And then you'll get more comfortable with the process as you go, right? Right. I don't stress about this, is my point. That's why I brought that up. To show you that I don't actually necessarily on purpose shop around sales. If I just happen to need something and it is on sale, great. If what I kind of need isn't on sale, I might just ask myself, do I really need the 100 garbage bags, or can I just buy 20 garbage bags? And then, because you know what I mean? That's the thing. Depending on what you actually need a week at a time, you'll figure it out and go like, okay, you know what? One week you only spent $75. The next week you spent $100 because maybe you just needed a few more things. That's totally fine. The point is, it's better to spend anywhere from $75 to $150 a week as opposed to $400 a week, right? Totally. Okay. My very last point now, and now I need my glasses for this, I think. I try not to wear them because I fidget with them too much, being that they are crooked, because I sat on them not too long ago. Oops. And then darn coronavirus, I can't. I could probably make an appointment now, which I should write down and remember. Okay, so download your store app. If your local store that you shop at the most at has an app, totally download it. So what I do is I don't use the app specifically for like food pickup or delivery. What I do is simply, I just like using it for the shopping cart that you have. So I shop mainly at Save on Foods where I live. And what's awesome about this app is you can go into the search bar. Okay, now I don't know how well this will I don't know if it'll work. It might be too bright. Oh, there we go. Look, I just had to pull it away from the sun. So I hope you can see good enough to see this little search bar. I go in the little search bar and I type in what I need, right? Do I need, oh, it's not working very well anymore. Oh, how frustrating. There we go. Do I need coffee creamer, yogurt, milk? The nice thing about this is that now I can see how much money I need. So I'm an all cash spender. This tells me how much cash I need to bring to the store and it helps prevent me from overspending or grabbing things that are not on my list. Of course, now too, there is a checkbox, so I just use this when I go into the store instead of a piece of paper. And then I can check it off as I go. So I would check to see if your store has an app. Most stores now have one. So I think that this is just a really nifty way to help me out. So I always do bring a little bit of extra just in case the amount is off by a little bit. Like if they didn't quite update their flyer or whatever, like online, and then the number is a little different in the store, I always bring, I don't know, 20 bucks more than I need. But then I just go in, grab those items. Now here it says that I need $15 to buy myself milk, yogurts, and a coffee creamer. So I might grab a $20 bill and I should be set for those 3 items, right? But no different than if you were like, oh, I need $80, take 120 bucks and you should be okay. Because also totally sometimes you think you have something on your list, but they were out, the store didn't have it. So you should be set to wiggle around if you take 20 to 40 bucks extra. But either way, you should be able to stay within your allotted amount that you gave yourself by helping you out that way. So that's something that I absolutely love doing, is sitting down with that app and doing that. So there you go. That's how I meal plan. That's how I shop. That's how I make my list so that I know exactly how much money it's going to cost me before I even go to the store, how much cash to bring so that I prevent myself from, oops, that's on sale, or, ooh, I just feel like trying something new, because you know what it is? It's visual, right? We're visual creatures, which is why we kind of tend to overspend money, right? And it's why advertising is such a big, major money maker, because they're like, ooh, I'm gonna put the shiny thing in front of your face. And then you spent a little more money than you maybe wanted to. And then you're frustrated because maybe you're not reaching your goals because you're like, where'd my money go? So there you go. I hope that these tips helped. I hope that if they did, if you found this helpful and you liked this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to see what else I've got to say. I gab a lot. I'm working on it. Anyways, this is getting cold, so I have to go warm it up. And I felt like this took a little longer than I wanted it to, but oh well, c'est la vie. All right, well, I hope you guys have a super great day. Hope you're staying happy, positive, and healthy, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. Okay, bye.